Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel Best IT Solution, and today's topic is jBcrypt password encryption technique. So what is jBcrypt library and how we can encode our password by using this jBcrypt library? We'll see first we'll see the theory parts and then we'll do one practical of it. Okay. So first we'll see different password encoding techniques. So what are the password encoding technique available for Java core Java concept? So there are different password techniques available in market like password hash with MD5 algorithm. So there is a MD5 algorithm there. So by using this MD5 means message digest. So this message digest 5 algorithm, using this algorithm we can encode our password. But this is not very safely we can encode this because this password is hacked many times. And the another one is the making MD5 more secure using salt. Okay, so if we use the only MD5 message digit 5 algorithm, then that password encoded password is not very much secure. So we can make it more secure by using salt technique. There is a salt mechanism. By using the salt with this MD5 we can make our password more secure. Okay, so another thing is password security using SHA algorithm. So by using the SHA algorithm also we can make our password secure. So there are different type of SHA like SHA 256, SHA 156. So there are different versions of SHA also released, and also some attacks also sometimes happen on these SHA algorithms. Okay, so another technique is hashes using PBKDF2 with HMX HA1 algorithm. So this is an also an type of algorithm. So through this, with the help of this algorithm also we can encode our password or encrypt our password. Another one is like creating hash using a script with salt. Okay, so another one is we can create this hash means encoding. We can encode our password by using the script with salt. So we can use the script with salt also to encode our password. Okay, so another one is like creating hash using jBcrypt with salt also. So there is also jBcrypt library also available. With the help of the jBcrypt library we can also encode our password easily. Okay, so there are different ways to encode our password. Okay, so but all these techniques generally used in core Java. But if we are using the Spring Boot project, so there are Spring security is there to encode our password automatic. The bcrypt library are available inside that Spring security. So if we will use the Spring security, then easily we can encode our password by using the bcrypt password library. Okay, but if we are don't want to use the Spring security now, for the timing not, we don't want to use the Spring security feature, but we want to only use the only encrypt our the password, then we can use this jBcrypt library. Okay, so this is an efficient technique, and also this password the encoded password is very much secure. Okay, so what is this we in this tutorial we will only see this jBcrypt library. Okay, and this MD5 other things we will discuss in another video tutorial. Okay, so here we will see what is jBcrypt library. So jBcrypt is a Java implementation of OpenBSD's Blowfish password hashing code as described in a feature adaptable password scheme by Niels Proofs and David Measures. Okay, so by these two scientists, this password encoding technique was evolved. So it is a Java implementation of OpenBSD's Blowfish password hashing code. Okay, so it is based on the Blowfish password hashing code. So it is a feature adaptable password scheme. Okay, so which is this feature adaptable password scheme, which is developed by the scientist Niels Probst and David Measures. By these two scientists, this blowfish ciphertext encoding technique was developed, and it is one of the most secure password encoding technique through which we can very securely we can encode our password. Also we can decode or match our password during the login. So during the registration, we will save the in database by encoding the password, and during the login again we need to match the password or decode the password to authenticate the exact password. So this system hashes passwords using a version of Bruce scenarios blowfish block cipher with modification designed to raise the cost of line password cracking and frustrate fast hardware implementation. Okay, so this is a system. This system hashes means encodes. So this system encodes the password using a version of Bruce scenarios blowfish block. Okay, so this is a technique. This blowfish ciphers. It is a technique to encode the password hashing technique. So using this blowfish block cipher with modification design to raise the cost of offline password cracking and frustrate fast hardware implementation. Okay, so by these techniques we can use this thing. The computation cost of the algorithm is parameterized, so it can be increased as computers get faster. Okay, so this is a faster algorithm. Due to this faster algorithm, its computation cost of the algorithm is also very minimum, and it can be widely increased day by day in this bcrypt library. The intent is to make a compromise of a password database less likely to result in an attacker gaining knowledge of the plaintext passwords. Okay, so the main intention of our is the attackers cannot decode the data, the password which is stored in a database. So generally, we are storing the password in a database. So the intention is to make compromise a password database less likely to result of an attacker gaining knowledge. So attackers should not get knowledge about the what are the password we have stored in the database. So database less likely to result in an attacker gaining knowledge of the plaintext password. So what are the password we have stored? If we store the password in plaintext, attacker generally get the knowledge. But if we are storing the password, but that if it will store as plaintext, but it's shown another way, then the attackers cannot get knowledge that actually what is the password. So for example, using John the Ripper. Okay, so this is an example for storing the password. So the main intention is to encrypt our password by which an attacker cannot guess that what is the password or cannot easily decode that password. So jBcrypt is licensed under ISC or BSD license. So jBcrypt library, this jBcrypt library is licensed under the ISC or BSD license and ships with a set of JUnit test also. So it also contains the JUnit unit test to verify correct operations of the library and compatibility with the canonical C implementation of the bcrypt algorithm. Okay, so this jBcrypt library is licensed by the ISC BSD license, and also it is compatible with the JUnit tests also. So it is also embedded with the JUnit test cases to verify correct operations of the library and compatibility with the canonical C implementation of the bcrypt algorithm. Okay, so if we want to use this jBcrypt library in our program, so we need to add this library or dependency in our pom.xml file. Sorry, on spelling mistake, jBcrypt. Okay, so we need to add this dependency in our pom.xml file, and also if you want to download the jar file, you can go to this links www.main.org/files jbcrypt hyphen 0.4.zip. So this is a zip file. You can download the zip file and you can extract that jBcrypt library jar file and you can add your project. Okay, so here I am going to create a Spring Boot project by using Maven, and we will add this dependency in our pom.xml file. Okay, so let's go to the IDE and start the project. Okay, so here I have opened my IDE STS. I am using STS because I am very much comfortable with this STS. You can use any IDE, IntelliJ or Eclipse or any IDE which you prefer, you can use. So here I am going to create a project, or also I can create the project from spring.io site. So I am going to start.spring.io. for creating the project structure. It will downloading the project from the Maven. So this is the official website of the Spring, that is start.spring.io. From this site we can create the project and download the project structure. Okay, so I am going to create the project with the help of Maven, and language is Java, version is 2.7.13, and the Java version is 11. Okay, so com.tarun, project name is encryption demo. jBcrypt encryption demo. So description: demo project for Spring Boot encryption. Okay. Jar 11. Okay, so dependency I am going to add here. So wave, Spring wave, and another is I am adding the Lombok for our getter setters and all the constructors. Lombok. Here I will use the database MySQL, so MySQL driver I will add. Also I will add the JPA. In this project we use the JPA, input JPA, and that jBcrypt library is there. No, it will. I think it will not available in the Maven, so it will add by ourselves. Then what else things need? So Spring Web, Lombok, MySQL driver, data JPA. Okay. So okay, this much. If anything, any dependency will need, then I will add after the creation of the project. So I will generate. Click on the generate. So it will download the project as a jar file. You need to extract that jar file and import the project in IDE. Yes, so our project has downloaded. So in folder, yes, you can see it is downloaded as a zip file. Now just extract the project and you got the exact project folder. So just go to the IDE and click on import our existing Maven project and browse. You need to go the folder where the our pom.xml file is present. So it is in download and jBcrypt. Okay. Inside this folder, pom.xml file is present. So you need to select this folder and finish. So you can see here our project is downloading from the Maven, importing the projects, and it will also build the projects from the Maven building workspace. Okay, so done. So now we got the project here, jBcrypt encryption demo project here. So just go to the pom.xml file. Okay, so here we have added all this dependency. So I am going to create a controller here first to write the API. Dot controller package. Inside the controller package, I am going to create a class that is a controller. Suppose this is jBcrypt controller. jBcrypt controller. Okay, finished. So here I am not using any UI or view technology. So I am going to create the REST API. So I am annotated with the REST controller. Okay, and here I will write the API. Okay, so public string for the home and return. Just for testing, I am writing a script. Welcome to jBcrypt password encryption technique. Okay, so we need to write the handler here. So get mapping and the URL is default URL slash. Okay, so just save and run the program for testing. This API only for testing only. For testing our project build. So run our Spring Boot up. So you can see here it is project compiling and running our project. So an error is coming like URL data source. Okay, so data source, that means we are not configured data source. So for the time being now, just since we have added this dependency Spring Boot data JPA, so it allows it searching for the data source properties, that the username, password, that the driver class, all these things. So for the time being now, just comment it and again save it and run it. It will solve the problem. Okay, again it is restarting and okay, so Tomcat started on port 8080. So just go to the browser and type localhost :8080. Okay, that means welcome to jBcrypt password encryption technique. That means our password has our application is running successfully now. Okay, so now we'll create a handler for password encoding. So okay, here we'll create a handler for password encoding. This is a handler for encode password. Okay, so to encode password we need to create a entity, and in entity we need to encode the password. So I am going to create a package for entity. So inside entity package, create a class like suppose employee. Okay. So in employee, so field like private, int, employee ID, EID, and private string employee name private string username private string password. Okay, so this much variables here I am taking, and so our main motto is to how we will encode this password. Okay, so here I am not going to use the string security, so I am just encode the password by using the jBcrypt password library. So just enable this JPA dependency because we need this entity annotations, all these things. So it is uncommented and just save it. We'll again add this dependency to our project. So make it as entity, import the package from javax.persistence and make it @id. Also import it from javax.persistence and the employee name. Okay, so since you are using the lombok here, so for getter setters and for the constructor use the lombok. So @data annotation, it is from lombok, and no our constructor all our constructor. Okay, so this is the data annotation contain getter, setter and all the two strings. So what we need during the project work. So our entity is ready. Now before run our project we need to set the data source properties, otherwise it will again show the errors. So data source properties, I am also just copy these data source properties and paste. Okay, so these are the data source properties. String the data set URL is jDBC MySQL localhost. This is the database. So database is jBcrypt database. So it is jBcrypt DB, and the driver class is com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. Username, password. This is a dialect, Hibernate dialect, and first time it will create and SQL true. So we need to just create this database in our MySQL server before running the program. So just go to the MySQL workbench. So in MySQL workbench we need to create this database. Okay, so create database jBcrypt DB, run. Okay, database is created. Just verify. So databases. Yes, you can see jBcrypt database here is created here. Now just write command use this jBcrypt DB. Yes, so our query is running fine. So it is showing here the right mark in green, otherwise it will show the cross mark in red. Now just check is there any table present in this jBcrypt DB. So show table. Okay, so no table is present. Okay, so just go to the project and I think all set. Bcrypt controller, we create this controller, but first we need to create the table first. Okay, ID. Okay, just run the project. Okay, so you can see here it will create table employee EID, name, password, and the username, password. Okay, name, password, username, primary key, EID. Okay, so that means we got our table here. So table, yes. So employee table has already created. So now we need to write the handler for save the data, and before saving we need to encode this password. So public string method is save data return data saved successfully. So handler is like it is post mapping. Since we are going to save the data, so you need to mention the post mapping here. The post mapping is slash save data. Okay, and here we need to pass the request body, because to saving we need to pass the request body here. Request body, and request body we need to pass the object. Employee we need to pass this. Put employee from, okay. The attribute is very undefined. Okay, so for the time just delete this attribute. Not to mention here. Okay. And for saving the data we need the object of repository. So just I am going to create a repository interface. So package dot repository. Okay, so in repository package just create an interface, that is employee repository, and extend with GPA repository. Okay, so this is our repository. Here I am not creating this any service class, directly I am creating the repository. You can create also the service, and from service you can call the repository, and from controller you call the service. So this is repository. Here mention the class name, that is employee, and here we need to mention the type of the primary key, that is integer, and mention in the wrapper class format. Okay, so we need to import this employee from the jBcrypt encryption demo. Okay, now we need the object of this repository in our controller to save the data. So create the object here, employee repository, and private, and we need to inject the object by the annotation @auto_add. Okay, fine. Employee repository need to import from the com.tarun jBcrypt encryption demo repository. Okay, Now using the object of this repository, we can save our data. Repository dot save our employee. Okay. Okay, so now just go to the Postman and check whether data is going to database or not. Just open the Postman. Just wait for some time. It is opening the Postman app. So here we will test our API. Okay. So first check it is working or not by giving the GET request. So localhost 8080. Yes, welcome to jBcrypt password encryption technique. That means it is working fine now. Send the post request as save data, and we need to pass the method body here. So name, username, password, all these things we don't require for the time being now. And another field we need to pass here, that is employee ID. So EID, and EID suppose 101, and I think that the EID and the rest other is ename, username, password. Okay. So EID, ename, username, password, 4 fields. Okay. So just click on send. So got an error like 404 not found. Okay. So just check, have I run the program or not. Okay, so just mention here update, because already our table has created, so we need to write here update and just save and relaunch the program again. So to get error is not bad thing, but to resolve the error, that is actually thing. You learn when you got the error only. If you not get the error, then you cannot learn the new things. So just go to the Postman and EID, ename, username, password. Okay. So just send. Okay. So we got the output, data saved successfully. That means data has saved successfully in database. So just go to the database and write the query, select star from employee. Yes, we got the data, but still our data has not encrypted here. We can see the data 1 2 3 4 is their password. So our password has not encrypted still now. So now we will encrypt the password before saving. So what we will do, we need to add the dependency first. That is, so just go to this slide, and here we need to add dependency. Okay, add dependency here in our dependencies section. save. Okay, so this is add our dependency or library or jar file in our project. Okay, done. Now we need to encode the password before saving. So we need to fetch the password. So string original password equal to employee dot get password. Okay. So it will retrieve our password and store in the variable original password. Okay. Then we need to encode this password. So for encoding, you can see this is the method has password method in bcrypt library. Okay, so you need to add this. So just add the dependency, that is import bcrypt library, and this is our original password. Okay, so hashed password. So this is the method has password, which is encode our password. So this method is this is a static method in bcrypt class. So this method takes two parameters. One is the password, the original password, which is in plain text format, and another is bcrypt.generate salt. So this is also a method inside this bcrypt library. This generate salt. This is a technique or encoding technique where the encoding value is mentioned. So this 12 means 12 round encoded. So we can default it will, if we will not write anything here, so it will default it is 10. But if we will mention it is here 12, that means 12 times it will encoding the password. So this is the value. How much secure you your password? You want to secure your password. That value you need to mention here. You can mention your 14 also here. So any value you need to mention here, the two number of rotating rounds. So this method has password will encode our password, and this will store after encoding, it will store in this hash password variable. So now we need to set this in our entity. So employee dot set password. Now set password, we need to set the hash password, not the original password. Okay, and after set the hash password, then we will save the entity in the database. So this much, and just save and run the program. So this is a very simple way we can encode our password with minimum lines of code. So just save it and relaunch the program. Okay, program is starting. Just go to postman and save another data, that is employee ID, suppose 102, and the name is suppose Gaurav, username is Gaurav 123, password is 5678, and just send the data. case data saved successfully, that means we got the output saved successfully, means data has stored in the database. Just go to the database and check whether data has stored in or not, or and also it is encoded or not. Yes, so you can see here now the previously which data we have added. That one is employee 101, password is plain text 1234. Anyone can read this password, but in 102 the password is encoded and nobody can now read this password. Okay, so it is 12 times password encoded format. So this encoding technique is encoded password is come from this jBcrypt library encoder. So, and also if you would not mention here 12, it also perfectly working. Just check, no error will come. So just save it and again relaunch it. Now default the rotated password rotating number is 10 time it will encode the password. Okay, so just go to Postman and send another data, that is 103. Another name you can write here and give any password here. Okay. And send the data. Data saved successfully. Just go to the MySQL workbench and refresh it. Okay, so you can see here this time also data is stored. Okay, so we cannot find the difference between the 10 time encoding password or 12 time encoding password. So this is the internal implementation of the encoding algorithm. Okay, so general user cannot find the difference. What is the difference between the number of rotation time of the password? So anyway, so this is the encoded password. Okay, now our password has encoded in the data, password saved in database in the encoded format. So another thing is when we log in, we need to again decode the password or need to match the password. During the login, we are giving the password as plain text, and so it should checked with the stored encoded password. Otherwise, our login attempt will be failed. So for that, another method is there. We can check it here. The original password and the encoded password is same or not. The method is check password simply. So this is the code. So here only I am so here after saving, if bcrypt.check password, so here we need to pass the original password and the hashed password. So it will match both the password. It is, if it is same, it will return the true, otherwise it will return the false. And paste here the encoded password. Okay, okay, so if we have called the method check password, so if bcrypt.check password, and it will taking the original password and the hashed password. If this both password is matched, so it will return a boolean value. So if it is same, password is matched, then it will return true, and it is returning the output as password matches. And login, it will come to the login successful page. else password does not from the password does not match. If it returns false, that means the password has not matched and it will not giving permission to login. Okay, so I'm just printing it in a console. So just it will print true only. So just save and rerun the program for testing only. This code should be in our login controller. Okay. Or you can also create a login controller here and you can check the code. So just go to Postman and try to save another data here. Any okay, and the password is suppose 7890 and send. Okay, so data saved successfully. Go to MySQL workbench and just refresh it. So data saved, and you can see in console there is a print the password matches. Okay, so you can, that means the original password, the check password method return true, and the it goes to the inside if statement and print the password matches. Okay, so you can create a login controller and you can also match the passwords. Okay, so the main motive motive of this video is to show how to encode the password. Okay, so conclusion of this video is so storing the password in MD5. So storing the text password with hashing is the most dangerous thing for the application security today. So only if we only hash the password, so it is not that much safe in our password. So storing the text password only by using the hashing, it is a most dangerous thing for the application security today. So we with the hashing we need to also add some salt value. So MD5 provides the basic hashing for generating secure password hash. So the MD5 message digest 5 algorithm provides the basic hashing for generating secure password hash. So adding salt makes it further stronger. So only if we only use the only MD5 hashing, it is just simply secure the password, but it is not that much safe. So if we will add that salt to that algorithm, it salt makes the password more stronger. Okay, and MD5 generates a 120-bit hash. Use the SH algorithm to make it more secure. Okay, so MD5 is generate only the 120-bit hash. So rather than use MD5, if we will use the SHA, then it will more secure, because SH use the 160-bit or 512-bit or 256-bit algorithm. So use the SHA algorithm to make it more secure, which produces hashes from 160-bit to 512-bit long. So it MD5 generates only 120-bit hash, and SHA it produces hashes from 160-bit to 1200-bit long. So 512-bit is the most strongest encoding password. Okay, so it is better to use SHA rather than MD5. And even SHA before some years ago, in SHA also some attacks happened in the SHA algorithm also. So even SHA has secure password can be cracked with today's fast hardware. Okay, so SHA is secure, but not that much secured with the current technologies. So it will be also cracked with the today's fast hardware technology. So to beat that, to overcome this problem, to beat that, you will need to algorithms to make the brute force attacks slower and minimize the impact. Some algorithms are PBKDF2, jBcrypt and encrypt. Okay, so these are the most secure password algorithm techniques which attacker cannot crack this password. So SSA, MD5, these are all the less secure password technique. So to overcome this or to beat these problems, we will need to use the algorithms brute force attacks, slower and minimize the impact. To beat that, you will need to algorithms to make the brute force attacks or slower minimize. So to overcome or to save from brute force attacks or other, because a brute force attack already happened on SHA 256. So to overcome this scenario, we need to use the algorithm PBKDF2 or jBcrypt library or encrypt. Okay, so what the so to before use all this encoding technique, you need to sure about all these things. Please take a well considered thought before applying the appropriate security algorithm. So before applying any of these encoding algorithm technique, so you need to more analyze on of these things, that what is the need of your project, how type of secure in your need security need for your project, and according to that you need to implement the algorithm technique. So suppose your project is banking sector or any finance related to any finance, so you need to focus more about this security or this encoding techniques. So you need to use this bcrypt library, because this is the most common library for securing our password, and most securely it is used. Okay, so thank you guys. So that much in this video. So if you think that you have get some knowledge from this video, so to motivate me, please like and share the video and subscribe the channel, by which I can make more and more video on this type of topics. Okay, so thank you.